Hello, Mike Crikey here, back again for another doodle demo, first one of this year. And did you know that it is Draw a Dinosaur Day coming up? So I thought that's what I would do in this doodle demo. But before I get to that, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my new book, Lollipops and Lemon Squeezes, a non-grown-ups rhyming guide to London. So it is a book of rhymes and doodles all about London, where I live and where I grew up. And it features in the book a dino. So this is a T-Rex playing a recorder. This features in one of the rhymes in the new book. So what I'm going to do first is read you that rhyme so you can see where the dinosaur pops up. It's a rhyme called Tin Pan Alley, which is a street in London which is famous for selling musical instruments. It has lots of musical instruments shops on it. So a small little street in central London. It's actually called Denmark Street, but it's known as Tin Pan Alley. Anyway, so the rhyme goes like this. My dad's brought me up to London, to the famous Tin Pan Alley. We're here to pick an instrument. Right, let's not dilly-dally. Will I be a pianist and play piano like a pro? Perhaps a xylophone or glockenspiel? I don't plinky-plonk think so. Over there's a tambourine. They're used to keep the beat. But it's so easy to play one, I could do it with my feet. Perhaps I'll be a drummer. I like to thump and bash. I'd really love a bass guitar, but we just haven't got the cash. Maybe then a triangle? For they're not that dear at all. No, Rod already plays that in the orchestra at school. How about the violin, accordion or harp? Or I could play the trumpet. I mean, who doesn't like a harp? I might learn the clarinet, oboe or saxophone. I could play it extra loud to make my big sis groan. Oh no, not a recorder. My dad says it's a classic. What he learnt at school, he says. Oh, well, how utterly Jurassic. There you go, that's just one of the rhymes from the new book that talks about a particular place in London. So the last line talks about it being utterly Jurassic. That the speaker in the rhyme's dad played a recorder at school. Well, that's what we all used to play when we were at school, recorders. Everybody had to play a recorder. Maybe some schools you still do. But it talks about it being utterly Jurassic, and as some of you may know from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, those films, that the Jurassic period was one of the periods when the dinosaurs ruled the earth. And so I thought I'd do a little dinosaur playing a recorder. I also talk in the book, for each rhyme I have a little note about the history of London, or about what inspired the particular rhyme, or something about me growing up in London sometimes. And in this one I talk about how I used to go up to Tin Pan Alley to look at all the guitars and in all of the shops with my brothers. And sometimes we would play those guitars, and I learnt the guitar when I was a bit older, when I was a teenager. And I talk about how eventually I did buy an instrument from Tin Pan Alley. It wasn't a recorder, it was a ukulele. And here is my ukulele, which I've not played for a long time actually, but I bought this a very long time ago now on one of the shops on Tin Pan Alley. It's a great little street, and if you want to get into playing a musical instrument, I think it's definitely worth the trip up there if you live near London. So what I'm going to do for the doodle is, because in this rhyme I talk about playing the recorder being utterly Jurassic, what I thought I'd do is do a doodle of a different dinosaur playing a different musical instrument. And my favourite dinosaur is the Triceratops, like Terry here. This is Terry. Terry is one of the toys of our cat Wilma. You can see it's quite furry because it's got lots of Wilma's hairs in it where she's been playing with it. So that's a Triceratops. That's my favourite dinosaur. So I thought I'd draw a picture of a Triceratops playing a ukulele. So that's what I'm going to do for Draw a Dinosaur Day. And what I'll be using to draw my Triceratops is a blue pencil, and a normal HB pencil. That's how I doodle, and it's a little tip that I often share on my doodle demos, and I'll show you that again in the doodle demo coming up, the Draw A Dinosaur Day. So a good couple of days doodling, and come back on Sunday when it is Draw A Dinosaur Day to see me draw the Triceratops. Alright, that's it for now. Bye.